So we're back with another episode of The Black Sheep Show. I am the face of The Black Sheep and my name is Amanda. On my show today is all women, keeping that same feminine energy from last episode. No niggas allowed.
I'm sick of these niggas. Sick of these niggas. Hire some help. Get rid of these niggas. What it was, it is what it is. Whatever you did, it is what it is, and I'm so tired.
On my show today, I have Bob, Keish, and Robin. So y'all go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourselves.
What's up, it's Five. I do event curating and a lot of other marketing and creative direction.
Hi, my name is Keish. I am a creative. I also do hair and I am a supplier of hair.
And I'm Robin. I'm an event professional and blogger.
Going into something that's a very divisive topic that's been having social media in an uproar. Just in the, I would say, in the traumatic death of someone that's local here to us here in Miami, the rapper XXX. I don't even know how to pronounce his name.
XXXTentacion.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Tentacion.
XXXTentacion.
No, it's XXXTentacion. Tentacion.
No, you don't say the XXXTentacion.
Yeah.
You just say it all together.
All right, so this rapper was cold-bloodedly, that's not a word. He was murdered in cold blood in public a couple days ago. I'm not too sure on the date of when it occurred. But once it happens and once it hit social media, there was a divide in the response to his death, with some overt condolences and some calculated indifference.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who may not know, I don't know how to pronounce his name, so going forward, when I say XXX, just know that I'm referring to the rapper because I refuse. I'm not going to play these rockhead games. So, XXX, he is his rise to fame, or how I began to learn about him, was basically through his violent past. That's how his name even came across my timeline. His name came across my news feed. Was this rapper in trouble for abuse? This rapper in trouble for kidnapping? This rapper in trouble for rape? So you know, that's how I came into contact with him. It wasn't, honestly, I have not heard one XXX song, so it's like I don't even, if you play this song right now, I wouldn't know it was him, to be honest. Now that he's passed away, now that he's dead, I would say his past preceded him. His reputation preceded him. I didn't know shit about the music, but I knew what he was doing as a person. Once he was murdered, like I said, the response was mixed. The response was divisive. Some were overt in their so sorry, he was a good person, he was trying to change type things, or some people were saying that they didn't care that he died because he was not a good person. So it didn't really make much of a difference to them. And then others were saying, or acknowledging the things that he's done in the past, but saying that he was changing, he was growing, and those were mistakes, and he was on the path to becoming a better person. You guys can go ahead and jump in on your reaction to the death.
I want to talk first because,
okay.
Because like you said, you didn't know any of his songs or whatever the case may be. I personally, separate, I wouldn't say all the time, but in this case, I separate the artist from the person. I'm not saying that what he did was, you know, right or anything. Fuck him for all that, like all that abuse. I heard he, you know, stuck a fork into a woman's vagina. Like, that's some sick shit. He's a person, depressed or whatever. As an artist, he was talented, and that's all I have to say about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ever listen to his stuff, he was talented, but it doesn't, what can I say, like, it doesn't make me, you know, have a lot of empathy for him because he's done stuff in the past. Like, I don't think that girl lied on what she experienced. Like, people want to say, like, oh, she got jumped by some girls and try to blame it on him. Like, that was the story. But I do believe he did all that. I do want to say that he was talented and that was it. If you're going to grieve because his music got you through something, then okay. If you're happy about his death, I don't feel that either. Like, don't be happy about it because somebody, you know, a black boy, he got murdered. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I'm on the fence with just like feeling sorry. Till people say that was his karma or whatever. I don't think God would allow that to be his karma. Like, as fucked up what it is, I think it was just a hating ass nigga that came through, pulled up on him, caught him lacking, and killed him. I think his karma would have been, his baby would have been a miscarriage or something, or he, later down the line, he just would have been in jail for a lot of years. I think his karma was so much worse because what he put on that girl, his girlfriend. I don't think that was his karma. I just think that was a fucked up situation and somebody murdered him, robbed him, because they was, these broke niggas, they just rob motherfuckers around here. Like, I don't think that was his karma. I think his karma would have been way worse. That's my take on it.
Yeah,
Hell no.
Hell no, what, you thought that was his karma?
No, for one,
First of all,
who are you to determine another person? Hold on.
Is it real?
That's debatable. We all
That's
say
debatable.
that it's debatable. But who are you to determine what another person's karma could and could? Oh, I'll let you speak. No. Who are you to determine what another person's karma can and cannot be? So, for you to be this totally fucked up person, separate from your quote-unquote talent, I can't ever separate the two. You are this disgusting person who did these disgusting things, who made maybe mediocre music. And
That's debatable.
And
okay, but
you were able to live your life to the point that you lived your life, and this girl had to live in fucking terror on a daily basis, fucking constant bullying, not only just from you, but from your fans after the fact. You didn't try to clear up the situation. You didn't try to clear her name. You didn't try to make her seem as though as she was a victim when you knew that she was a fucking victim. You let her live the life that she had to live from you being a fucking abuser and your terrible ass fans for fucking tormenting this girl. I don't know. He's disgusting. Rest in peace.
That's all I'm saying.
That's pretty much what she.
I'm saying from the talent, it's rest in peace. Like from the
Not from the talent.
What?
Just from being a human and having humanity for another person, but
Right?
not from
Yeah.
the talent.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying him being a talent that I listened to before I knew about all this abuse shit. I was listening to him before that. I didn't know shit about that. He was talented, whatever. Damn, he died in a cold-blooded type way. Rest in peace to him. I'm separating that. You're a fucked up person. All that you're saying, the girl going through that, that's fucked up. His fans saying she was lying, fucked up. Everything was fucked up about it. I was just saying the people that didn't have empathy towards it was just like laughing.
I don't really have empathy towards it.
Well, the people that were laughing, the people that were saying he should have, oh, goody for him, type shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, damn, bro.
Yeah, I didn't laugh that he died, but I don't.
You don't care. You could not care, shit.
he was. I mean, we can't really use empathy as like. Don't use empathy as like to disregard with all the things that he's done. Don't use empathy to disregard the rape. Don't use empathy to disregard the beating her ass to what she need eye surgery and she can't even pay for it, so go fucking GoFundMe on the internet for her to get eye surgery. Don't use empathy as an excuse to disregard the treatment that she's been getting from fans. Don't use empathy because your friends are so crazy that they come to her job, wherever it is that she's been working at. I saw somebody, she like Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
She can't even work there because she don't feel safe, or she don't want to work, or now because she being harassed at the job. Don't use empathy to excuse that. Don't use empathy to excuse him sticking the fucking cooking utensil, the barbecue fork up her foot. Like, don't use empathy to disregard that. Don't use empathy to disregard. Until she passed out. Don't use empathy to disregard him beating his gay cellmate to the white meat because he was bleeding, and then you wiping the fucking blood on your face, like, because you felt like a gay nigga was staring at you for too long. Like, don't use don't use your, because empathy can't disregard no shit like that. And empathy, when these niggas is online, you gotta be careful. And you gotta pay attention. You gotta watch these niggas. When they using empathy to excuse, not to disregard that behavior, you telling on yourself. You telling on yourself that maybe you have the urge to do this, or maybe you did it before.
They hang together.
Or maybe you feel me, or you saw it happen. Your homeboy did it, but you think your homeboy a good person, so nah.
Abusers attack abusers.
Abusers attack abusers. It's the Hennessy. I ain't gonna drink no more. Period.
Abusers protect abusers.
Don't talk to me about empathy, cause shit, I can have empathy for Adolf Hitler. He was looking at it from a non-biased standpoint, which is impossible because he was a fucking maniac. He was a fucking genius as well. So should I disregard his mass murder, his mass races, his fascism? Should I disregard that because Hitler was smart and he had the potential to become a better man? Like, or look at Jeffrey Dahmer, the fucking serial killer. Should I disregard everything that he did just because he was also very smart and calculated and understood how the psychology of a human to attack or when not to attack? That's genius. It is to me,
to lure people in.
That type of shit is genius to me. But at the same time, does that make him a good person?
He ate people.
Am I saying rest in peace to this nigga? Like, no. And I'm gonna keep, and the energy is always the same. Like, if you, to me, and this also just goes back into it, because not only am I black, I'm a woman. So you look at it as, oh, another black man got killed in the street. I'm looking like, oh shit, yeah, he was black, but at the end of the day,
another black woman was saved.
Somebody's life was fucking saved because this nigga
murdered her.
And not even another black woman, a gay black man.
True.
Because he probably would have beat a gay nigga if he saw him on the street looking like, okay, I see. I don't exist only in the black space. I exist in all these spaces, bitch. Because I'm a woman, I'm black, I'm not part of the 1%, therefore I'm poor. Like, I exist in all these spaces. I got all these identities. I got all these fucking things that inform my experience. So it's like, I don't just see it as no black nigga in the street, cause shit. When I heard about his death, I was like, I'm supposed to feel sorry. I don't give a fuck. Like, okay. Ain't even no rest in peace. Okay. You dead. All right. What's next? How the girl doing? Oh, she still ain't get her eye surgery. Why? Because she still got the GoFundMe up. But you was making M's. You're this popular rapper. You did it to her. Like, but you trying to make so much of a change. You got so much potential. My nigga, you would have paid for the surgery. Period. You was trying to make all these changes. You would have told your fans to chill on her.
Exactly. Start with personal changes.
Period.
Don't try to change the world when you're still a fucked up individual.
Period.
I believe victims. I don't give a fuck about abusers in any sense. I don't feel like what that young woman went through was something for her to lie about, as far as I said earlier. So I would think that separating the artist from their like personal controversies or whatever, it would be for me easier if the music was substantial, or if he had done anything substantial that I actually gave a fuck about. The 2 or 3 or whatever songs I heard, I could not, like Amir said, I could not have distinguished them from any other artist on the damn radio. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. And the fact that, again, he was allowed to make music, he was allowed to be in all these spaces. You got Kanye, J. Cole, all these other, not just black male artists, but it was a couple of black women, Erykah Badu included, that are shouting him out and doing all this stuff. like, it's so much other shit that y'all can talk about. It's so much more important stuff. J. Cole really let me down.
Yeah, he broke me down.
Like, I was like, nigga, really?
You didn't even have to say nothing.
Yeah, you didn't say nothing.
Even if you feel sorry, you can't say
I love him, and it's just like,
that is what we
but that's what I be telling y'all. That nigga J. Cole.
Okay, but you know, we're not gonna use it right now. Black people in the community, period, letting black men get away with shit because they're black men. And that's just it. It's like, oh, we don't need to see another brother in the system. We don't need to see another brother dead. If that brother decided he was gonna harm somebody in my community, a black person, a black, like a gay woman, a gay man, a black woman, whatever, if he decided that he was gonna do harm in his own community, fuck him. He can die. I don't give a fuck. If he's dead, who cares? I hope that girl has so much peace in her life.
But honestly,
like,
I saw something that she made a post about.
No, she was sad. It's Stockholm syndrome.
She has the right to be sad.
It's Stockholm syndrome.
She has that's a cinema.
So
that's not
Yeah.
But I mean, because we can look at Tupac, who had to go to jail for his sodomy charge. We can look at Biggie, who we know was a known abuser. We can look at Dr. Dre. We can look at we have like just endless amounts of examples of black men, artists, especially taking advantage of younger women, beating younger women, raping younger women, just doing all these things to all these women in the community. But people hold them to a standard because their music was timeless, their music was classic. They did all these other things for the community that people are willing to say, like, I can look at your trespasses, like, aside from that. This little nigga, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know if I can see it. I don't think the nigga had the range. I can't see myself 10 years from now hearing the XXX song on the radio, whatever. And it is bullshit. It's hypocritical bullshit. But fuck him.
So he was who he was. He still was able to touch like a lot of these kids. Like he touched a lot. Like the rallies that I seen, the memorials that I seen. How many kids he had in a chokehold, literally.
A chokehold. He had a chokehold.
Yeah, and it's great and it's crazy. But at the end of the day, sometimes Sometimes some people's deaths are used to spark conversations. To open up that dialogue that needs to be had. I'm not saying he was, because he usually, I've seen on like videos now since he's been dead, and he was calling himself a sacrifice. So I do somewhat see the sense of the sacrifice. You know, like I don't know, but
it's weird.
A lot of these kids, and he was able to.
That's because they're kids.
That's but they don't have.
When Tupac died, a lot of
listen, that's what I was gonna say next.
Don't compare this nigga to Tupac.
No, I'm not. Oh hell no.
No, not ever.
What I'm saying is what she just said. That's why when you ask, can you separate the artist from the person? I don't give a fuck about him as a person. I swear to God, he's an evil, disgusting person. Artist-wise, when these little kids, how they're this cult following he did and what he said and all that.
These kids are really hurt.
Honestly,
they're hurt. They're
by someone who they seen as a hero or someone like they separated. They separated
or not.
Exactly, because they didn't feel like, because whatever he said to them was their truth.
They believed it.
So they believed that, and they separated that, and the bullshit of the positive and the I want the world to be a better place shit he spewed out in his music, they kind of, or being yourself, they took heed to it.
That's what I'm saying, because they're kids.
Right, and listen,
they're kids. And they're impressionable.
Exactly.
They don't have
So now that he's dead, this is the time where all of the things that he did and all of the shit, not talking about the shit that they think that he did, but all of the negative shit that he did needs to be a conversation piece.
Exactly. Don't leave it out. Don't leave it out.
That this shit is.
I talked about this earlier, and like, because I was really thinking about it. Like, if Eminem, God forbid, if Eminem had died when I was like 13, I would have lost my because I loved Eminem. I had every album, detour. I had everything. The only thing I did not do was go to concerts. Now, as a full-grown adult, and I was listening to Eminem shit, I'm looking at my mom and I'm like, what the fuck was wrong with y'all? Letting me listen to this shit like this was okay. Because Eminem used to talk about some dark, crazy shit.
Yes.
Like what he would do to his mom, what he would do to his wife,
And
like,
that's-
whatever.
That's what's in his music.
It's just like
That's what's in his music.
it's some off the wall shit that as a child you really should not be fucking listening to that shit. But I would have took his death so hard. So I get what you're saying about children being impressionable and everything, but that should be with, like you said, a learning lesson for kids. Like, okay, listen, this is not that is not okay. That is how he feels, and like he's I guess he's
Not
in a way.
not an idolize.
He's not somebody that you look up to, and then when you are, if you have any feelings where to like you can relate to that, so want to do self-harm or want to do harm to other people, you need to take your ass to therapy.
Hello.
Like that needs to be the conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not that your feelings are invalid, and it's not that whatever. Like your feelings are coming from a real place of pain, but how are we going to address that and how are we going to fix that?
Boom.
That should be the conversation.
Yes.
Exactly.
But even aside from all this shit about him being in pain and shit, this nigga's tweeting out Lil Dylan Roof and All Lives Matter, whatever. So even with that shit, I'm like, what the fuck is it? Like, hell no, he's not.
He said, what about Dylan Roof?
He said he tweeted and he put Lil Dylan Roof and he put hearts. And like that was a real tweet. Like that nigga had real deal.
But he's sick.
Fucking, he was real deal like off the wall. And so it's like you can't even be like. I don't understand.
I can't get it. I can't be empathetic or sympathetic.
No, I don't get it.
Not only are you,
I do not get it.
You're a sociopath, psychopath. You're also a self-hating person.
Yeah.
To call yourself Lil Dylan Roof, for those who may not know, hit a educator course. Dylan Roof is the person who committed the murder in Charleston, where he murdered at least 9 people in the black church, came in the church, shot him up. So a white supremacist, Dylan Roof, he's not dead yet. But to call yourself Lil Dylan Roof and to put heart emojis,
like for you to do harm to people in real life, for you to do actual tangible harm, and then for you to think or like compare yourself to somebody else, like to do shit for shock value or to say things for shock value, it's just, I have no type of understanding. And again, also, like what you were saying about karma earlier, I don't necessarily believe in karma. I don't think, or even, I believe in a type of karma, I don't think it works directly like this, like, oh, you stabbed me, so somebody else.
Oh, yeah, no.
Like, I don't think that karma works like that. I do very much believe in energy though, and I feel like the energy that you put out into that universe, that shit will come back to you one way or another.
That's what brings me to the next point. Abuse against women, against children, against gays.
Cause that's how that shit started out.
Are you a geek?
That's how that shit started out. That's how that shit.
I just want to throw that out there, niggas. That's not a rites of passage. Did I say that right?
Yes.
A rite of passage. I'm kind of drunk. Listen, that's not what that is. You slapping a woman up a couple times, or you felt the way about gay people before, so you and your homeboys jumped the gay boy. Oh, but now y'all so much better. Y'all grew from it. That's not what that is. That's not a growing pain. You were an abuser. You were a homophobic person. You were a misogynist. You were an abuser. And if you didn't rectify the situation with the person that you did it to, you still that person.
Yeah.
Whack 100 posted something about him saying rest in peace, blah blah whatever. He didn't know the full story about him, about the rape. So once he found out, he was like, yo, fuck this little nigga. I take it back. I don't mean what I said because I didn't know, because I have a daughter. Which it doesn't make any difference if you have a daughter. You should have known before you had a fucking daughter.
Period.
But anyway, he used that, I got a daughter, I wouldn't want her to go through this, that, so he would be this and that. And somebody commented was like, oh fuck you, Whack. You act like niggas be acting all this and that on the internet, but you act like you never hit a bitch before. It ain't that deep. Whoa.
That's what I was just about to bring up. It's like,
what do you mean?
Abuse of women is not a stepping stone to manhood. And that's verbal abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse. Like, you do not have to hurt women in order to become a man. And that is just, period, point blank, the end of story.
Well, I think ask your father what he did, when he was younger, or to his girlfriend or wife or your mom or some shit he was saying, and it's just like, are you serious?
Oh, he was
He was saying, he was trying to say like everybody
goes through.
It's not a big deal.
Nobody's perfect. He was saying it like, oh, I dare you to, you know, stare at your father and just, when he say what, ask him, has he ever hit mom? And see what he said. It was justifying that it's okay. It was normalizing it. Like, it was so sick. Like,
and the crazy thing to me is like, when women say niggas are trash, or I've been hurt by every man, or niggas do this, and statistically, men hurt women, XYZ, whatever, it's, oh, y'all bitches lying, and y'all bitches is doing this and that and the third, y'all throwing out numbers, XYZ, y'all generalizing all niggas. A nigga turn around and basically say the same shit. Like, it's normal as fuck to hit women. It's normal as fuck, and it's like, oh, well, I mean, you know, I don't really know.
Because like, you don't know what she did.
Yeah, like,
I could never, I mean, sick. At this point, I'm still, as progressive as I am, I'm still unlearning, I'm still growing, I'm still making these changes, trying to be less problematic, just trying to see things from all sides, trying to do all this. I'm not perfect, I ain't, you know, I'm still working towards that. But at this point, I can't separate the artist from the person. Like, at one point, you know, maybe a couple years ago, I could still vibe to some R. Kelly. Like, fuck, can we get up on the room? That was my shit.
Nope.
Honey Love, Slow Dance.
Never.
Seems like you, first of all, I love the Players Club, so seems like you ready. Let me finish my thoughts. Seems like you ready. All that shit, 12 play, come on. I could not.
Classic shit.
That's some raw shit. First of all, that's some shit I'm
gross.
Raw. Me now, if R. Kelly come up on my Spotify when I'm listening to that genre of music, I'm fast forwarding. If some shit like that come on, just because I'm a grown ass woman now. I'm a grown ass woman and I understand how this shit work now, and I understand how niggas operate, and I know what abuse is. I can look at abuse and I know what it is. I don't have my eyes not muddled. I can look at that shit and see it for what it is. I can't vibe to no shit like that.
Yeah.
Transfer that to any artist. Like, I can't listen to R. Kelly right now in my right state of mind and vibe to it. First of all, because I'm gonna feel like he's singing about a child.
yeah.
Seems like you ready? Well, who the fuck is it?
Right.
Why wouldn't I be ready?
Right. It took a long time for me to let go half on the baby, because I love
Exactly.
that song down. And I mean, I feel like R. Kelly is one of those big topics in our community that is hard for us, because he made so many great songs, not just of his own music, but Fortunate by Maxwell. We would have to let go. If we were going to have a total R. Kelly excommunication of the black community, it's going to be so much, not just of his music, other people's music we will never be able to listen to.
I think that's what you were saying earlier.
And that's what it's what we need. Can we do it? I don't think so. I don't think that niggas
Honestly, because people still not ready to let go R. Kelly of himself.
No.
This nigga's on camera fucking a child.
No.
Niggas don't care.
And it should have been over after that. You can't, there's no way to separate his music, because like you said, I hear him speaking sexually and I'm just thinking like, you wrote this about a little girl. So how am I supposed to sit as a grown woman and enjoy this? You're not talking to my grown ass. Like, you're not talking to me.
Well, even if you talking to the grown, because he do like them grown, but he do like to make them his pet.
It's just nothing about it makes me feel sexy.
Exactly.
You don't make me feel sexy.
Exactly. He wants an impressionable mind.
Right.
So it don't care if you're grown. If you're able to be manipulated, molded into what he wants you to be, or Kelly wants you.
And I think that that's what niggas really need to understand when it comes to that distinction of, well, he's not messing with underage girls, he's messing with 17 or 18-year-olds and consent and this is that and the third. Like, them girls are consenting because they don't know anything. They're consenting because they're young. There is a distinct age difference in maturity, in knowledge, and what you want to put up with. There is just so much distinction between R. Kelly can go and get a fucking 24-year-old. She might be a dumbass, like 25-year-old, but the bitch is 25. She's at an age where she should know better. Right. Versus you talking to like somebody who just
and you know
fresh out the gate, and there's no way really right, exactly. She made may have never had a relationship, or if she did, it's with people her age. So there's no way for her to know better. So it's like, I'm going to get her while she's young so that I can groom her. Even the talk about grooming is so predatory and disgusting, because why would you want to raise your partner? Why is that somebody that you want to like mold or like grow into? Like, it sounds nasty as fuck. Like,
I think for me, and I'm just gonna speak on me, it's a little harder for me to cancel out the music. It is. I'm not gonna lie, because like you said, when you're listening to Seems Like You're Ready, I'm not thinking of that at all. But you are, and you are.
I can't not think about it.
But to me, I'm not thinking about that shit. I swear I'm not thinking about it. But if we're just talking about a conversation with R. Kelly, now I'm thinking about it. Now that's sick. Fuck him.
Well, at the end of the day, you contributed to it. Yeah, you contributed to it.
You think because I'm listening to it? You know, because you're right.
Alright, so I'm gonna put this back on the black niggas like y'all are weakest links, so I'm coming at y'all next. I'm on y'all next, period, forever. When Spotify made the decision to remove R. Kelly and XXX's music off their sponsored playlist, that's not saying they're removing them off of Spotify. That's just saying Spotify had these little playlists like with these playlists that they make as a company, where they said, oh, we're not gonna put these two people due to their abuse, blah blah blah. I thought that was amazing. I thought that was great. I was like, this is a step in the right direction.
I agree.
Here comes Kendrick Lamar. He threatens to remove his music all of his music off of Spotify if they don't put the fucking music of XXX back on their sponsored playlist.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So he threatened Spotify to do that. And so Spotify scrapped the whole policy that they came up with. It was like, oh fuck it, we're not doing this no more. We can't lose revenue. But I like, honestly, it's everybody was wrong in this. Spotify, y'all got enough money where y'all could have took a stand. Like, y'all could have took a stand and made a point. That was y'all opportunity to stand up and say, who gives a fuck, Kendrick Lamar? Go to Tidal. Go to Apple. You ain't. It don't matter. You don't have to be on Spotify. But no, they crumbled to the dollar. Of course, Kendrick Lamar. My standards for him are very low. Honestly, I like a lot of Kendrick's music. I ain't even gonna lie. I like a lot of his music. But sorry. She said fuck him. But that nigga, I don't look. But I'm the person. I don't look to these rap niggas for no type of revolutionary type of. I don't look to them as leaders. Niggas just make the good music. Like,
Twitter or Instagram get so riled up when artist or rapper talks about something they don't agree with. But look who's saying it. It's a rapper. They're here for music. Don't look at them.
It's hard for people to not look at it as like that, because first of all, these people have a platform. In the black community, these are the people with the biggest platform. A voice.
Man, these old rappers getting boring. They be taking shots, I ignore them. Send them pet to the hood while I'm touring.
Use that as a segue into Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, and their whole entity of their whole brand of, what is their brand right now?
Stupidity.
Yeah.
Literally trolling.
Their brand of stupidity and trolling and anything that's gonna gain traction. Clickbait.
Right. Yeah.
Their brand is clickbait. Look at me. Like, you have nothing of substance to add to the culture. You have nothing of substance to add to the conversation. And just to address Kanye West. Kanye West used to be a sensitive topic for me, because at one point, that was my favorite artist, period. Like, that was someone whose music I could listen to at any time. It was relatable. I like what that nigga was talking about. I like what that nigga was standing for. I like the fashion. I liked his creativity. But at this point, it's like, what are you doing right now? Like, what do you want to get on the internet and say slavery was a choice? That's something, first of all, as a student of history, not only history, but black history, that's outright disrespectful. Outright disrespectful, outright. Damn, it's blasphemous to even say some shit like that.
Kanye West can die, the Kardashians can die. I don't care about like anybody affiliated or associated with that family or like their views. I feel like it's just this constant, like y'all said, trolling, especially of black people. And it's because they know that we are so sensitive, rightfully so. Like, we have every right to be sensitive. Everything in the media is geared right now, especially towards getting a reaction from black people. Like, getting black people to say we boycotting, or we doing this, or we doing that. And people can say what they want. Black Twitter, black media, all of that, we keep conversations going, we build conversations, whatever. So it's like, if you are not the subject of conversation for black Twitter or black media, then what are you doing? Kanye knows that, the Kardashians know that. So everything that they do is just geared towards what can we do to piss off black people today. So for Kanye to have been, and again, I enjoyed his early music, I thought it was great, whatever, but at a certain point, he started talking about shit that I just was not interested in, whatever. And then it got to an even further point where not only are you talking about things that I cannot relate to because I ain't got as much money as you or whatever, and you're talking about how racism is not a central issue, it's capitalism. Like, no, those two things are intertwined together. And Kanye, you should know that. You're a black artist. Is that number one? Number two, the way that he did Amber Rose. And people can say whatever they want about Amber Rose. I don't really give a fuck about Amber Rose either way. I feel like a lot of the shit that she says is stupid. But for you as a man to go on public radio, public internet, whatever, and to talk about a woman that you not only dated, but that you loved and were in a relationship with in that light, compared to the woman that you're with now, who they are very much, as far as I'm concerned, Amber and Kim are on the same wavelength. They are one and the same damn person. It ain't shit Amber done did that Kim probably ain't did, and vice versa. For you to go there and for you to make that woman feel like total shit, because it's not right, I don't feel, for people to make Amber or Kim feel like shit for the sexual shit that they done, because that's stupid as fuck. So for you to do that and for you to disgrace her like that shows me you don't give a fuck about women, period, because you would never do that for any woman, especially not a woman that you're in a relationship with. For you to go and say that slavery was a choice, like, the word slave itself is indicative of not having a choice, and you know that. Like, you know better, you know that. You know, and like, that statement, it seems like it's really small and controversial or whatever in a way, or like Kanye's just saying that to like spark shit up, but it's so harmful to us as black people who have to combat with white people every single day. Not only about slavery, what it was as an institution, like as a history, but the effects of slavery today on us. The fact that we are still having to fight with them about, no, not only was slavery bad back in the 1800s, the shit is still having an effect on us now. It's why black people are in poverty now. It's why you're still seeing the first black what the fuck ever now. Like, it's the fact of why there are not a lot of black fathers in the home now. There's a lot of shit that slavery has to do with what's going on now. So for you to really go and give all these white people like credence, oh, well, like, Kanye's a successful black man. He said that slavery was like whatever. Fuck you forever for that. Like, period. And you're in the Kardashians. That is what you wanted. You wanted white acceptance. You be with Kim Kardashian because you felt like she was the pinnacle of what it means to be a black man, being able to secure like a white wife who is still like the face of the culture or whatever. Even though Kim would not know culture if it bites her in the ass, because the only thing she can do and the rest of that family can do is bite off of black women and black gay men. That's what they do as a family. But you felt like that was your entryway into white society or white privilege or whatever. Not even knowing like the Kardashians are like the scum of white life. The Kardashians are white trailer trash. They are rich white trailer trash. Like, there are no respectable politicians or world leaders or world thinkers, like anybody with any socialites. Like anybody with any type of like relevant status or relevant contributions to the world that would give a fuck or be bothered with the Kardashians. And that is who you chose. You were dying to align yourself with. You got it, and it was like, well, fuck my community, fuck all these people that have supported and made my career. So fuck you. Really trying to go up for her now when she got Alice Johnson like released or whatever. But my thing is like,
honestly, Kim did a great thing with that. I won't take that. I'm gonna take it. You can't take that away from her. No, you cannot. Because that lady is out of prison.
I'm gonna take it away.
That's a free woman at this point. And her family has been working with them for over a year to get Alice Johnson out of jail.
And that is because Kim knows in order to kind of stay on black people's good side, this is the shit that I need to fucking do.
Okay, but at the end of the day,
I'm gonna take some shit. No. Because my thing is the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Hello.
So I'm always looking at what is it that you are like, what is the motive behind it, what is it that you're trying to do. You did a good thing. I don't give a fuck because there's so many black people out here every day fighting to get black people out of jail. Prison reform is nothing new to black people.
Right.
Getting black people off from some fucked up, trumped up ass charges is nothing new to black people. There are black people that have been doing that before Trayvon died, before Mike Brown died. Like there have been so many black people fighting prison reform, fighting these fucked up ass bills, fighting voter suppression laws. Like that is a thing that black people have always done.
Exactly.
And the only reason, honestly, the only reason I truly feel Trump even let Alice Johnson out on that shit. No,
because he wanted to one-up Obama.
No, he wanted to one-up Obama.
Okay.
And number two, because the only reason why Kim was allowed to have this is because Trump ain't gonna listen to nobody that's not a celebrity because that's all he knows. He is a celebrity. Right. So of course I'm gonna listen to somebody that's a celebrity. I'm not
so
I'm gonna take that away from Kim.
No,
I just feel like you did that shit genuinely.
I can't take that away from Kim Kardashian because at the end of the day, that woman was wrongfully sentenced. It was she was over sentenced, and now she's out. That's freedom, bro. Like, and Kim Kardashian, yeah, she might have did it in a manipulative way, and yeah, Donald Trump used her as a pawn piece. He used that as a reason, as a means to one up Obama because President Obama denied Alice Johnson's pardon. He didn't pardon her.
Yeah.
So Trump pardoned her to say, okay, I did this. Your black president didn't do this. He used Kim Kardashian for press and celebrity because once again, he's also a celebrity and he lives for that type of drama. He likes that type of attention. Kim Kardashian is the ultimate celebrity. So why not work with Kim to get this accomplished? I know all of that, all the black piece, but at the end of the day, I'm looking at Alice Johnson. That woman free. She's out, and she wouldn't be out without Kim Kardashian. And I can't take that from Kim Kardashian, because even the black person with the most power in the world, in the free world, which is President Obama, denied the pardon. Okay, that's the most powerful black person in the world.
The way we're saying that, it's like, but how many people did he have on this list? You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, okay, what I'm saying, yeah, he might have had his reasons of why he didn't pardon. Okay, great. Honestly, I don't hold that against President Obama. I don't know what his motives was. What I am saying is, this woman is free. This woman is out. This woman gets to live her life. And without Kim Kardashian, I'm not sure she would be out.
It wouldn't have happened.
She wouldn't be out without Kim Kardashian.
But I feel like
Kim used her, but I'm pretty sure Alice don't give a fuck.
Would agree to it. That's what you're saying.
Alice don't give a
like,
fuck.
okay.
I'm looking at it from a practical standpoint. Not a political one, not a social through the lens of social commentary. I'm looking at it very practically from the eyes of Alice Johnson and Alice Johnson's family. I'm looking at it from that standpoint. She's out. She's free, and she's based on what her charges was, which was some bullshit. She out, and that wouldn't be possible without Kim Kardashian. And that's something, honestly, I can't take from Kim. What Kim the intentions was, because okay, Kim don't give a fuck about mass incarceration, prison reform, or 3 strikes, or how the laws are set up to target black people and imprison us at a higher rate.
And that to me, she don't give a fuck about that. That's what the conversation needs to be though.
But
and it's like, Kim, you gonna go in there and like, you going to the White House. I don't give a fuck about that. Take somebody with you. Take people with you that know, like, there is an Alice Johnson that does need to be set free. How many more Alice Johnsons we got though?
1 million. Over 1 million.
So then that's what we need to be working on.
I'm good on any MLK Boulevard. I'm good on any MLK Boulevard. See my vision with a tech, bitch, I'm Malcolm X.
I'm gonna touch it for a little bit because I feel like we talked about it basically throughout this entire podcast. Basically, it's been an addressing of toxic masculinity. This is the definition provided by Wikipedia. The concept of toxic masculinity is used in psychology and gender studies to refer to certain norms of masculine behavior in North America that are associated with harms to society and to men themselves.
Yeah.
It goes on to, it refers to the socially constructed attitudes that describe the masculine gender role as violent, hello, unemotional, sociopath, sexually aggressive, rapist, and so forth. Once again, I'm not here to educate y'all, so don't ever look to me to educate you. Don't ever think that I'm ever coming from a place of support for y'all, because I'm not. I don't educate niggas, I empower women. I'm here for y'all. This podcast, this podcast, this episode, this platform is for y'all. It's for y'all to look for a voice, to gain a different perspectives from different women, for everything. But niggas, y'all can listen, y'all more than welcome to listen, but it's not for you. And I will never be for y'all.